We are back. Look at this. Let's
Yay!
go. We're it's been a while, guys.
Been a while.
It's been a while since
Been a while.
the Republic of Players podcast episode 98, guys. We're going to make the 100 this year.
Yeah.
Well, if we keep going the pace we're going, we probably won't. But we'll try and get back in the swing of it. Paddy Toner can't make it tonight, but the usual crew is here, except obviously Paddy. He's stuck in work, I believe, so he'll be back next week. Kind of life got in the way the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
John Fogarty, what's been happening, buddy? It's been a while. Probably only been like 3 weeks. It's probably only been like 3 weeks, but it's good to see you.
No, it's good to see you too. It's good to see all of you lovely, lovely faces.
I'm even celebrating with a little beer.
It's been a while. No, I've been doing good, man.
Don't you go say I've been going to the gym.
I'm going to the gym,
been
man.
buffing up.
No, it's just been I've been chilling, doing my course. My course is getting near the end now. And other than that, I've just been kind of just chilling and relaxing, all cool, shooting some b-ball outside of the school.
Yeah.
Now, in
Okay.
fairness,
Some Iron Man.
in fairness now, and I know this is I'm kind of a bit serious here now, but there was a couple of guys that were up to no good, started making trouble in the neighborhood, and I beat the crap out of them.
Good.
But no, other than that,
Moving with your auntie and uncle in Kildare.
So things are good. You're nearly finished course. What do you have left? A couple of assessments, or where are we at?
There's one more thing we need to do basically. But we're it's actually not until October, but the course is our last day in the centre is tomorrow. And then we're having a week off because it's been booked. And then after that, who really knows? They don't really know what we're doing after that. It's either work experience, but they haven't been able to find us work experience, or we might go in and do other stuff. It's up in the air. They don't even know what we're doing. But next week is a week off because it was already chalked in.
Nice. Good. Well, enjoy it. You deserve it.
Yeah.
I'll go around to the rest of the guys in a sec, but I've been doing a course as well. I was invited to do the Microsoft eSport leader course there last week, so it was a 3-day course. We had to get up really early in the morning, like 7 o'clock, do an hour and a half, and then go into work. But it was unbelievable. What I loved about it more than anything is the fact when these guys, the educators that were delivering the course, they just talked about it in such a serious manner. And it's just amazing when you look back the last 10 years on how far gaming has come and how far esports has come. Oh, yeah. It's like they're saying in 2025 it's going to be bigger than any other sport in the world, which is just crazy stuff. So I want to continue to keep training in the field. As you know, and no more than yourselves, I've had a massive interest in it through the TROP Championships, competing, casting on the Rocket League tournaments, and it's got a bright future. And it was a real eye opener. So I'm continuing the training. In a month's time, they kind of have an advanced course, which is a 3-month course. And shout out to my work, the National Learning Network. They're trying to innovate and they're trying to bring esports into the organisation. And they picked me to,
cool.
Yeah. It's the whole inclusion aspect of esports. The fact that you don't have to do it on a pro level. You can just get a tournament together with a group of friends and. Because of the individuals that we deal with, some have obviously special needs that they can't go out and kick a football, so you can jump on and play a game of FIFA and just be as good as the next person doing it. So something obviously I'm really passionate about. It's amazing that when your passion gets blended with your job, so it's exciting times. And we're moving into a new centre next week, which is top class as well. So nice. Things are going good. And to top it off, I may as well just say it myself because I'm not going to come back to myself, and I don't like talking about myself too much. But this one's a big one. It's we're having another baby. Yeah, so it was a shock to the system. But look, it's nice when you start telling people, and you do get the congratulations and the smile on people's faces, and you kind of realise that it's nice to spread a bit of good news in this day and age than the doom and gloom that we have to deal with every day. So yeah, we're excited.
You're a life creating machine.
I am. I need to slow down a little bit, but it's all good. It's all good. We when I have like an esports team, I'll stop. That's the plan.
One more devil.
Well, that's true. A League of Legends team, John. We gotta get 5.
Yeah.
I better get cracking, so.
Yeah, I better get going. Well, I'm on the right track. I'm only 33. Like, yeah, we're over halfway there. But yeah, that's my news. So no, things have been really good.
If you sink to the low of playing League yourself, then you only need 4.
On the podcast. My wife just walked in. Who's that? We're live on YouTube. Okay. So yeah, so we're expecting, which is great news, and things are good. Things are busy, but things are good. But I've got the itch to go back streaming. I really do. There is and creating content. So that's something that I'm going to be really focusing on over the next few months while I'm a semi-free man.
I'm the same as you, man. I kind of took a break myself.
Yeah.
And I might get back into the streaming as well.
Yeah, I think for me, it's like, it seems to be time kind of speeds up a little bit when you're not, creating content and producing and doing all that kind of stuff, because you don't stream and all of a sudden it's 2 months have gone by and you haven't streamed. It's time really kind of starts to speed up. So I'm definitely going to get back to that. Pat Curley, tell us about your ventures over the last while, my friend. I see the Switch in the background there, looking pretty as ever.
Yeah, I finally bought one, and I bought a load of games for it too. But in all honesty, what I've mainly been playing on it is basically Smash Brothers. It's
good choice.
just like such a fun game, and when you bring it around to friends, it's such a handy thing for multiplayer. It's just
Who's your main?
Who's my main? It's gonna have to be Kazuya. Listen, that's one of the big reasons why I bought the game. In all honesty, is I want to play this now. I really want to play this, and he's a lot of fun. He's a fun character to play as, but there's you can play with any character. In all honesty, and you still just as good. I'm awful at the game. Just putting that out there. I get beaten so bad, or else I just walk off the stage by accident.
You playing online or just?
I play it offline, man.
Offline. That's cool.
Offline.
Even with good internet, that Smash doesn't have very good net code.
And I don't have good internet. But no, I also I bought so many games for it. Probably not the best idea because my bank account just sort of went down a little bit. But I have loads of things to play now. Just need to find the time to play them. But also PS5's there too. So it's a fight now between the two of them, and my PS2 as well. I play that every now and again. So
what? No, we'll come back on terms of what games, because I do want to ask you about a couple of games on Switch. My son got one for Christmas, and he literally lost it for 3 months, but we found it 2 days ago. I think it's there charging somewhere.
It was behind the couch, wasn't it?
Yep. Yeah. So yeah, it's found, but it's such a brilliant concept. But we come back to a couple of the games that you're playing. Aidan McCallion, what's happening, buddy?
Not so much. Very warm. I'm still working. Life is slowly getting back to normal.
Yeah, seems to be all right.
But yeah, I don't do well with the heat.
No,
You're not a fan.
No, I have a fan here.
You could do it a fan.
Hey. Get yourself one of these bad boys.
Nice.
So apart from that, nothing else new.
Just chilling.
Yeah.
Playing video games, I hope.
I'll try and limit it to only talking about a few, but I've played a lot of different games since the last we've talked.
Well, let's start with yourself. What have you been playing?
Okay. Right. Still playing Destiny. Get out of the way quickly. It's a new season. Pretty good. I started playing League. That's why I was mentioning League. That's a miserable hellhole, but I've had fun with it.
League of Legends?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I started playing that.
Who's your main?
Master Yi.
Oh, yeah,
Guy I like, that's the guy I like at the moment.
Yeah, I've played him.
What else? So
He's
12 minutes
badass
I've been
late
playing.
game if you can build up. If you can
Oh
build him
yeah,
up. He's a killing
it's
machine.
yeah. I hadn't actually. I used to play Dota years ago. Like I have like probably 1,600 hours in Dota. I think Steam says. And I hadn't played any of those. But then mates were playing that, and I got into it, and it seems it's pretty good. 12 minutes is a game I talked about on one of our videos that we released that came out. It's really cool. It's a game I don't want to talk too much about because
I get you.
If you like interactive puzzles and thinking about how things would be different, it's a real cool game. Like if you like real story-based games with an interesting puzzle mechanic, definitely recommend it. Willem Dafoe's in it.
Nice.
So what else? I was playing Going Under is an okay roguelike that I'm not really going to talk too much about. Very okay. Finished Resident Evil 4 again.
Nice.
One of my top 3 games
of
all
best.
time.
Great game.
One of the best, definitely.
Game Pass has been good, and just games that I have on backlog. I'm really looking forward to Tales of Arise. I finished the Trails of Cold Steel series. That was a big milestone.
Thousands of hours sank.
Verdict on that, man.
It's the best RPG series of all time.
No way. Wow.
Ooh,
The Legend of Heroes series is the best JRPG series of all time. It's so good. It's so good. How they've had 3 separate. There's a moment in Cold Steel 4 where it doesn't work except you've had 3 different trilogies with 3 different casts of characters, and every big character gets to finally meet up in one bit to plan the war, and it's just like, it's so good. It's what happens when you can put 20 years and like 10 games into building one continuous series.
Yeah, it's like an Infinity War of a
game. Yeah, it is. It's very much the idea of an expanded universe of a game. Because even if you start one of the Trail series, it's not until like the second or third game that you even realize, these all connect, but they're so like deeply woven and interconnected, and there's such a cool narrative going between them all. And the end of 4 is just, it's such a build. It's the sort of game that only gets to happen when you've had like, 12 games and full, like, sort of just being able to build in whatever way you want. It really does remind you of like Infinity War, or like the Avengers, something like. I've never had that happen before, because like most JRPG series, they make the pretty smart choice of doing, like, the games aren't really connected very much, but for this series, they bleed their interconnected storyline. It's just great.
Awesome.
Nice.
I'm not sure if anything else I have to talk about. Oh yes, the one game I really want. Everyone should play Boomerang X. Boomerang X is one of the coolest games I've ever played. It's not very long. So it's a first-person shooter. You wake up in a room, and there's a boomerang. You enter the combat, and it's like, kill all these enemies with the boomerang. So you throw the boomerang, and then you have to wait for it to come back. If you move, it doesn't come back to you. So you actually have to stay still. The second room happens, and as the combat starts, you're like, now when you throw the boomerang, press the other button to teleport to the boomerang. And you keep momentum as you're throwing it. And then the next room happens, and you get a recall for the boomerang.
Nice.
And
like just an act or something.
And by like the 5th room, you don't touch the ground.
Nice.
It's movement. It's the perfect Dewey game. There's almost no story to it. Like someone said to me, I played it on Steam.
Nice.
I think it's on Switch. I'm not sure if it's on other, but it's not very long. It's 6 hours long. and
That's fine.
it's
Yeah.
absolutely fantastic. It's kind of the perfect little game in a way.
Boomerang.
Nice.
Boomerang X.
Yeah.
Also, Hades has come to Game Pass. Everybody play Hades.
Maybe someone was.
See, does this work? Well, let's bring up the trailer for Boomerang X.
It's one of those games that you start playing. It's like, it's a Devolver Digital game.
Guacamelee looks a little like Guacamelee.
Wasn't Guacamelee like a side scroller?
Yeah, but no, the art style I'm talking about.
Oh yeah. It's a very
Oh yeah, so you're kind of all right. That's cool. Metroidvania in the sense that you're unlocking new skills.
Yes.
Gorgeous.
But yeah, you get a slow down time, and you get you throw the boomerang, and when you teleport to it, you keep the velocity of the boomerang when you're moving. Oh, it's just
awesome.
It's a really, really cool thing. Kind of happened unexpectedly. I was listening to a podcast and they mentioned it, and I just like, I'll try that out. I like interesting movement is the thing that'll always bring me to a game pretty quickly, and they do a great job of it. Devolver is so good for interesting games.
Oh yeah,
definitely creative indie.
Yeah,
style games.
Did you ever play
Downwell? I haven't played it, but I know.
Downwell,
really
yes,
good.
I have played it. Yeah, I played it on Vita.
Yeah, that was a really good game. That was another Devolver game I really like.
Top class.
Loop Hero.
That was a Devolver game. Did you play much Loop Hero?
I played a bit of it. Yeah, it's very good.
Very good. I think I should probably. Yeah, I'll let somebody else talk about games for a while.
I have the trailer for the game that I've been playing. I'm just going to mention one game. I have obviously been knee deep in Assetto Corsa, modding the absolute bits out of that game. Trying to get it as like there's a lot of kind of effects that I'm trying to add to it, trying to make it look as realistic as possible for the replays. I'm getting pretty close. I got I got a post on Reddit that went viral there the other day. There was over 5,000 upvotes on it.
Nice.
And it was just me basically in an MX-5 with 59 other MX-5s driving around the track, and people were saying that the graphics looked amazing. So that's some of the content that I want to start creating around sim racing as well as the racing. I do love literally just driving around. So I downloaded a mod, the Wicklow Mountains, on Assetto Corsa, and that's very, very good. I haven't got to try a lot of it, but so I am still knee deep in that. But I got into the closed beta. It's actually open now. Of Riders Republic. It's a Ubisoft game. I'm going to bring it up here because people might forget the game. But it's basically one of those kind of downhill mountain bikes, biking / snowboarding / flying through the air. Extreme sports, yeah, exactly.
You can't talk in my language.
So I got into the closed beta, like I said. I played a decent amount of it. It's gorgeous. That's the one thing I will say about it. For one of those games, it's definitely the best I've ever seen. There's kind of has anyone played Descenders?
No.
Yeah. So it's a little bit like Descenders. I will say the gameplay in Descenders is better. The one thing that I'm not crazy about with this game is sometimes it feels like it's a little bit on rails. Going down on a mountain bike, you just tend to feel like it's a little bit, I don't know. There's just a feeling there where I don't feel like I'm in complete control. It's very good. I think a lot of people will get a lot of fun out of this. It's got so much variation. As you see in the trailer, you can snowboard. Controls are tight. Graphics are good. And also there's variety in terms of you can do, I think there's even like racing bikes in it, which I've never seen before in a game, apart from the likes of, dedicated games of bike racing. But it's got a lot of variety. It's, as you see here, it's got a massive map. Bits like this are really exciting where you're just jumping off massive leaps, and you can go into first person mode. What I really like, what they do is when you're in first person mode and you do a trick, it'll actually bounce out to third person mode, and then when you finish that trick or that jump, it'll jump back into first person. And it's a small thing, but it really is a brilliant element to it. So I definitely
Is this coming out? Is this coming out as like a full price game?
I would. I actually don't know, but I would say so because it seems like it's pretty deep. Like there's a story mode. It reminds me of Forza Horizon, the way that there's kind of like, you meet somebody,
The
they're
map.
they're
I saw the
buzzing, they're
map
getting you
there, yeah.
going, yeah, and it's multiplayer. A lot of all the characters that you see are other players playing on the map. It seems like there's thousands on the map at the same time. High customization with the guy with a wheelbarrow on his back, as you can see. And yeah, it's just a hell of a lot of fun. Gameplay, it's not as tight as I would like. I would like it more kind of platform-esque and more in control, but it's definitely got its quirks, and I would recommend checking it out if you're into this type of game.
Oh, this game is right up my alley.
Yeah, so as you can see, like you see there where you're in the canyon, and then it switches to a different place, and the graphics are amazing. I'm very, very impressed with the graphics, but Ubisoft, I wouldn't really expect anything less.
Yeah.
They do open worlds particularly well.
Yeah, so that's what I've been playing, really. That's the kind of new game that I wanted to talk about. John Fogarty, what have you been playing?
Well, funnily enough, what I've been playing, and I was looking forward to talking about it, and Aidan already alluded to it, and he's going to be very happy, is that I finally got started, only yesterday now, but I finally got started on Hades.
Oh, nice.
So far, the game is utter rubbish. I'm only joking. I just wanted to get a reaction from it there for a second. No, it's fantastic. I knew I was going to like it going in. Because Supergiant make good games. Like it's not a secret. It is Supergiant, right? It is. Yeah, it's Transistor and Transistor and Bastion and freaking any.
Bastion is unbelievable.
Yeah. And Transistor was fantastic as well. I really like Transistor. But Hades, if you don't know what it is, you're the son of Hades, and basically. From where I am now, because there's a story going on, but it's giving itself away to me slowly. But from where I am, he's trying to escape from hell, or the underworld, I should say, and Dad's not too worried. Hades is like, yeah, I'll see you in a minute. Freaking idiot. Like the whole thing is like when you die, you just go back down to your father because you're already dead. You're in hell, so when you die, you go back to the start. And the father's there at his freaking desk, and he's going, well, see you again. How are you doing? I told you. But yeah, it's a roguelike game. Every time you do it, it's different. It's like a hack and slash. The funny thing was, when I was playing it, I had the controller in my hand because I got it for the PS5 because I wasn't much playing the PS5. And when it came out on console, I was like, right, I'm just going to buy it and play it on PS5. But when I was playing it, I was like, I've played this, but I hadn't. And I was like, what? And it was driving me insane for ages. Like, what game is this? What game have I played that's almost exactly like this? And I don't know if you've heard of it, but it's very, very similar. And like, again, it's a roguelike hack and slash. There's probably a million of them. But the one I played was Wizard of Legend. It's really, by the way, Wizard of Legend, fantastic game. You should check that out as well. Very, very similar. It had stuff like when you dash, your dash can have an effect. You had different types of weapons and all different. That's what I was thinking of. I was like, because it's like when I played it, I was like, I was so comfortable with it. I was like, I've played this game before, but no, I was thinking of Wizard of Legend. No, it's very good. It's so tight. The controls are great. It's surprising how quick you can get into it. Like you've got a dash, you've got a special attack, you've got a main attack, and you've got the thing you throw, whatever that's called. Yeah, and then you've got the R2 if you want to use it as like your special attack that builds up. You've got a meter that builds up. So that's basically it. But you go through all these levels of hell. I've gotten to the second boss, and that's
the big snake
yesterday.
Thing?
The big snake thing. I fought him twice. But even the first boss is great. B1. She took me about 3 or 4 goes to get. But it's great because after you defeat her, like so far. Oh, actually, yeah. What I will say, the music, and not just the music. The freaking voice acting in the game is like 10 out of 10. It's so good. The storytelling, everybody's been top notch. But like you always fight the first boss. It's always B1. For now, I don't know if that's going to change, but it's always her. And like whether you defeat her or not, she's going to be there because like if you defeat her, she goes back to hell. Hades sends her back to right. If he comes back again, just freaking.
You beat her in the pub first, though.
Yeah, you can. Yeah. That was what I was going to say. Like, if you defeat her, she'll be back down in the pub, being like, you bollocks! I can't believe you beat me. Yeah, sure. What are you going to do? And you can talk to all the people you defeated because, like, they're all kind of your friends. That so far, they're all kind of like, why are you trying to escape for, lad? Like, this is your home. We're just trying to send you back home. You're out of your mind. Stop trying to escape. So like, and Cerberus. I love Cerberus. I don't think I've ever passed Cerberus without petting him. Like I do it every single time. He was the first person I gave nectar to. It wasn't even a freaking choice. I was like, the dog is getting it. Like that was 100%. No,
that's awesome.
It's just really, really good. It's one of the best games I've played this year. I suppose I haven't played too many, but it's, if you like roguelikes, if you like hack and slash, if you've seen Wizard of Legend before, it's the best thing I can describe it to. I suppose there's a little bit
Wizards of Legends. They didn't think too long about that one, did they?
No. Still though, like it's a great game, but it's just very good. Again, the storyline so far is very good. I wasn't expecting to have such a.
Isn't it so cool to have like a real cool storyline reason for a roguelike being a roguelike?
Yeah,
it's so cool.
And like, it's just like, I'm shifting it every time. The realms just to confuse you. Hades is like, it's my realm, I can do what I want. So if you go again, you have to know what's
that makes me so interested in the game, John, because it plays into the mechanics, and it just doesn't just say this is a roguelike. We know the standard roguelike. It plays into the mechanics and the story, or the mechanics play into the story, and I think that's super interesting. It is a game that I am going to play. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Anyone that gets destroyed in the underworld ends back up in the river Styx is the whole idea.
Yeah,
and I love that. But when you wash up and you talk to the guys like, we killed again, did you?
Again. Yeah, I got me man freaking hypno. Oh yeah. Oh, you got killed again, huh? Oh well. I mean, buck up, buddy. You'll do it next time. And like Achilles is just hanging out there, and he's like the person who taught you how to fight, and you can talk to him, and he gives you tips, and then like you play a few rounds, and like you might even die a few times, and then you'll go to Achilles randomly. He's like, "Here, I got this new thing for you, by the way." And you're like,
awesome.
Okay. And then that makes you a bit more powerful, and like it's the story.
What is like a double dash, or what's he giving you?
He gave me a codex, which was just so I could. It's like a bestiary, nearly. Like everything that happens in the game, he wants you to fill out like a Pokédex. He gave me a codex.
Cool.
Fill out everything.
This game seems bloody brilliant.
It's so good.
It won it was the critics' game of the year. Like,
wow. I know it got like, for me, Transistor.
Oh yeah.
So it looks exactly like a Transistor. There's nothing wrong with that game, but you know yourself, Transistor plays somewhat differently than a hack and slash or an adventure. Yeah. So when I see Hades, I think of Transistor and that gameplay straight away. So this is definitely making me interested.
Such a smooth game to play.
Square to attack, triangle for special, circle for your throw thing, and X to dash. Like it's so
what are we playing
intuitive. On? PS5 for me.
Nice.
Yeah, it's very good.
It's on everything, is it? Vita?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe.
I doubt it.
It'd be perfect on Vita. I played Bastion on Vita, as far as I remember.
Yeah.
Bastion would be perfect on Vita.
Game.
Yeah.
I still listen to the Bastion soundtrack to this day. It's a masterpiece.
It is. It's top class. One of those soundtracks that it kind of hits you and you don't even know. Yeah. And then like you hear it after and you're like, oh, that's the track for that's one of those soundtracks. It reminds me of kind of the way Journey soundtrack hit me. Amazing.
Yeah.
Pat, what have you been playing on? Let me hear some of your let me just ask you, did you get Breath of the Wild?
I have Breath of the Wild. I haven't got around to it yet though.
Top class.
I do have it. I bought so many games. Like I bought like Xenoblade 2, I bought
the guy actually, speaking of music, Xenoblade 2, I believe that's an Irish composer.
I have to keep my ears.
I'll have a look. And I think I was actually talking to him one day.
You learn something new every day.
Yeah, Shane Dunn used to work in Player Wonder. He actually is in 2K now. Shane, he kind of introduced me to him. Yeah,
fair play.
Have a look there.
I could be looking it up. I typed in literally Xenoblade 2 music composer, and I got Yusunori Mitsuda. It's
not him anyway.
I kind of doubted he's Irish.
He's from Delvin, that lad. Let me have a maybe it was like a track or something.
One. But yeah, I bought loads of games for it. One of the reasons I bought it was for Disgaea 6. I'm a big fan of the Disgaea series, and that's going to be a game that's going to take up a few hundred hours of my life. I know it. I won't escape that fact. That is just a fact. I won't be able to escape that.
Not short
But
games.
not short games, no. And I've never really finished the final boss in any of them, and I put hundreds of hours into them, and I got my money's worth there. I'll say that. But what I have played on it is I played Smash. I've played Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Great game, so it is. I think we've talked about it a lot on the podcast. But just a phenomenal game. It's probably the best kart racer out there. I played Pokemon Sword. And I haven't played a Pokemon game in a long time. I think the last one that I properly played was probably Pokemon Soul Silver or Heart Gold. And yeah, playing Sword, I felt that the system of Pokemon games has just aged, and it feels like this is baby's first RPG for me. That's what Pokemon has become, and it became even more apparent when I look at other games like Nexomon, which similar formula, but compelling story, witty, actually dialogue that doesn't sound very boring. It's interesting. Well, it's interesting because it was loads of new creatures catching that. And
Last two mainline Pokemon games have been very handholdy.
Handholdy, yeah. I noticed that now. There's very little exploring you can do. It feels like a lot of it was stripped back.
Yeah, I get that.
Hence why I said baby's first RPG. It really does feels like if you were to show someone an RPG, this would probably be something that would be good to give them a taste of what you'd expect. But yeah, I was a bit disappointed with that. I thought I'd at least enjoy catching the Pokemon, but sure, when you realize that you can't catch every Pokemon, which is the slogan they've used, catch them all.
Catch them all, yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, well, I don't want to get them all. Let's go. I caught some of them. I didn't catch them all. So I didn't bother. I caught my first shiny in it, which is pretty cool. But at the same time, it's Beware.
I love Beware.
Yeah, man. If you want it, I'll give it to you because I'm not playing that game again.
I would. But talk to me later on.
Yeah. But
I only know me 150 from when it was a cartoon when I was a kid.
You should look up Beware. Beware is a cool Pokemon.
I'm looking him up right now.
And one thing that was really surprising is how, you talked about, Aiden, is how simple the game is.
Yeah.
I didn't need to grind at all, and that's the first for a Pokemon game for me. I didn't need to grind. It was ridiculous. I plowed through all the gym leaders. The only one that actually offered me any trouble is the champion at the end because he spikes a bit in difficulty, but I still beat him with quite a little effort on my part. And yeah, I feel like Pokemon needs to evolve, and I think we're getting that with Pokemon. What is it? Legends of Arceus?
Arceus.
Yeah. Arceus. Yeah. Arceus, yeah.
But that's cool.
Yeah, the new trailer there with they had a Pokemon Direct recently. Man, that looks so good.
Yeah.
But yeah, apart from that, something that has just been taking up my time, insanely whenever I'm awake, is Genshin Impact. I can't escape. It's I just can't escape. This is it's becoming I'm getting too invested in this game. I'm looking at what banners are coming out next to see what characters are coming so I can get that character, and then just be severely disappointed when I don't get that character. And yeah, it's such a great game though. So it is
the house always wins, Pat, in the Weep Casino.
But it's such an amazing game, and one thing I really do want to praise about it is its open world nature. I've played a lot of open world games, and I have to say I'm very tired of that sort of genre. Open world games haven't really felt fresh for me for a long time unless there's some sort of cool gimmick like good movement in the game that actually gives you a reason to explore the map. But Genshin, I feel like it actually feels like an open world because in one section you have this like sort of medieval society with Mondstadt. Then you go over to Inazuma, which is the new area, and it's all sort of Japanese stylized. And then you have the Chinese one, which is what's it called? I can't think of the name of it. But actually being able to go to different areas and see like different structures and architecture and different sort of land masses throughout the whole entire world that you can explore so far is just so refreshing. It actually feels like you're in a world because most open world games sort of have the same aesthetic throughout the whole open world.
Yeah,
And
you can load the game up, see where you are, and know where you are instantly.
Yeah, it's amazing, and it really, for me, like that should be the standard. If you're going to make big open worlds, at least make them so that there's sort of different sort of societies within them. Because this is the first game that I felt like I'm traveling a world.
It's funny, but Rockstar kind of got that right with San Andreas with 3 different cities. They all felt very different. I always remember that.
Yeah. San Andreas again. I know a lot of people are Vice City people. I was always a San Andreas guy.
That's interesting.
I still have freaking memories of literally having the physical map opening up as a kid on the floor. Probably not as a kid, as a teenager, and freaking having literally and going over to the island that you're not supposed to go to yet, swimming over there and seeing how long you can survive on 5 stars.
I was one of those listening to 90s gangster rap, and when that game come out, it was just perfect timing. It was like, buy me a Dorag now. I am a blood. Honestly, there's pictures of us like with Dorags that we got from like we were in Dublin. We're like, oh my god, give me 2 red ones, please.
All you had to do was stay on the goddamn train, CJ.
So back to Xenoblade 2 because I know you thought I was crazy there a minute ago. I had to go on a deep dive there. I'm not gonna lie to you. Okay, so I'm gonna pull it up here. Okay, so this is the wiki from Anuna. Okay, which are basically. They composed 4 of the tracks, okay? And then I went down here to members, and Francis Flood is the guy that I was in contact with. Francis Flood, again, like that's an Irish band. They create 4 tracks. The tracks are meant to be really, really good. And the conversation that I had with him, it was a week before Xenoblade 2 was going to be released, and he was telling me that there was a couple of tracks, one called Shadow of the Lowlands, and that he would come on the previous podcast that I had, the Alpha Zone, and have a chat with us. So what we might do is maybe reach out to him again and get him on this show. So yeah, we can reach out to that guy. So Francis. Is it Francis on the wiki and Frankie on the? No,
Frankie.
Yeah, so I have it.
Many a name.
I have it down as Frankie. On his Facebook, and on the wiki it's Francis, so you may need to get that changed. But anyway, that's him. So that's the Irish connection with Xenoblades.
That's actually pretty cool. So
yeah.
I would like to talk to somebody who's done music for a JRPG.
Yeah, I think it'd be cool to bring him on. I'll reach out to him after the show and we'll try and get him on for maybe next week.
That would be cool.
You wouldn't expect it for a JRPG. Like you'd think that. Yeah, it's actually really mad that an Irishman's there.
In saying that, an Irish song opens up Metal Gear Solid 1.
Isn't there an Irish actor in Dark Souls 2? Negri? Is her name?
So.
She's the Dark Souls 2.
She's the Emerald
yeah,
Herald.
The Emerald Herald, yeah. She's in a couple of shows.
There, seek list.
What's her name? Negri is her second name. I think she half Nigerian or voice actress. Here we go. Ruth Nega. Just found out. Yeah.
Oh, she's real famous.
She is famous. Yeah, she's big. Yeah, she's the voice of the Emerald Herald.
She's in Preacher.
Oh, she Priscilla from Preacher.
She's the is Priscilla the name? It's been a while since I watched it. No.
The main one, no?
Yeah.
That's Priscilla, right?
Yeah, this is her hair. I'll bring up.
That's the name.
This is her here.
Something.
Which
something like
I
that.
actually I thought it was pretty cool because I didn't know that until after the game, and I really liked the voice acting. And just when I went for a deep dive, like she never mentioned, like I seen her on interviews and stuff, and
Oh no. Not
um,
Priscilla.
yeah, but the old Irish connection is definitely there.
I guess really like big voice
Shula,
actors like that
sorry.
wouldn't really mention gaming as much. Like,
No,
look at Gary Oldman.
yeah,
He's been in so many games and fantastic voice actor, by the way. But like I've never seen him talk about the video games he's been in.
I think that it'll shift possibly like maybe in the next generation, because you often see actors talking about voice acting a game as just another job, and possibly a lot of these guys don't game themselves, so they don't get as invested into that character as we would. Now I know Henry Cavill. Why am I thinking of Henry Cavill? The Witcher.
Because he
Yeah, but he
has
he
DC.
was Geralt, so there was no voice acting there, but he was invested in the game, like, and you know it was different than the likes of Destiny, the first voice actor of the robot in Destiny.
Oh, what?
Peter Dinklage.
Yeah, Dinklage. Yeah, you'd never hear him talking about it. Now I know he probably wants to forget about that job, but
That wizard came from the moon.
You like the Dinklebot?
the Dinklebot.
Well, people still talk about like Destiny players would never really like the Dinklebot.
Oh no.
But yeah, I mentioned a while ago. Ethan Ferry is a woman from Gweedore who sang the song "The Best Is Yet to Come" that opened Metal Gear Solid 1. It's
Oh.
actually edited in Irish.
That's a great track.
Class song.
Nice.
Oh, yeah,
Um,
sorry, she was freaking shoot up as well. I don't know where I got
also-
Priscilla from.
I also
I
think
was-
just on the fact of like how actors are starting to come into video games. Like I think the best example right now is Death Stranding.
Yeah.
Like I think that was heavily pushed by its cast, in all honesty. And
The game
That's-
wasn't.
That is a certain amount of Kojima and his mates.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Even before
that's
that,
very true.
I know it's not. I know it wasn't that well received, but Quantum Break. Quantum Break
Oh,
had
that is
crazy,
that is-
had a crazy
Yeah.
cast. It had Lance Reddick. It had that guy who plays Iceman in X-Men. But it had Aiden, what's his name? Littlefinger. Hello there.
Oh, it's Dylan.
Yeah, had a pretty good cast.
I love him. he does pantomime villain better than maybe
Oh, yeah.
anybody I've ever seen.
In fairness, in saying that, like voice acting, and you talked about it a second ago, the GTA series, like the voice
yeah.
actors
Yeah.
in that show
It's
is
Sam Jackson.
crazy.
He was one of the biggest
Sam
actors in the
Jackson,
world.
yeah, there you go.
Even just
Ray
wasn't
Liotta?
freaking- Axl Rose was just on the radio, sure.
Yeah,
He was.
Yeah.
Have we found our topic?
we have found it out. I wasn't gonna say it because he's like, oh, we've talked it out. We've talked it out, haven't we?
Listen, no, we can keep going.
Yeah. Let's have this as topic of the show, and then we'll
'Cause,
do,
yeah,
we'll do a little
it's a
news
topic-
section after and cover that.
You're talking about Lance
Yeah.
Reddick. Lance Reddick actually plays one of the vanguards in
everything.
Destiny. He's
Yeah,
Zavala. But Lance Reddick got kind of into the character during lockdown
yeah.
and started. There's like some lower entries where Zavala says some real cool stuff, and he started releasing videos online of him doing the voiceover lines, and
Nice.
it just was real cool. Lance Reddick's like a cool guy.
Oh, he's cool. He's in everything though. He's in Lost. He's in The Wire. He's in like so many, like he usually pops up somewhere.
Yeah,
He's a
he's
great
a
actor.
real likable guy.
But I was thinking, the other one I was thinking of was, and one that you mentioned was the
12
big
minutes.
one is 12 minutes with him before. But who's the? There's other big actors in that. It's not. just
Yeah,
one
it's
show.
Daisy Ridley and
Oh, cool. She's doing video
Xavier,
games.
Charles Xavier,
Oh,
James McAvoy.
James McAvoy.
Oh,
yeah.
he's
Yeah.
top class.
Yeah, there's only 3 characters in 12 minutes, and that's the 3 actors.
McAvoy is such a class actor.
12 minutes is it's free on Game Pass. I'd highly
Yeah.
recommend it. It's
No, I'm going to
cool
play
thing.
it. Like I'm very much looking forward to that. What else? So that one again, we're talking about like games that were.
It's
kind
hard
of
not to
sold
shout
off
out
against-
Troy Baker and Nolan North. Like they were the
Oh, of
first kind of
course.
superstar.
Of course.
They're in every game that's been released in the last. Do you know what I mean? It just felt like if there's a main character in a new game, AAA game, they were picked.
There was a time in like the early 2010s where the Giant Bomb Game of the Year awards had the Northies, which was the best Nolan North of the year.
The Northeast.
So yeah,
The nominees there. Nolan North.
he won every year.
He won every year.
Elijah Wood was Spyro the Dragon.
Yeah, I remember that. I was just going
Wow.
to bring that up. Yeah,
That's
do you remember the
I didn't
remake?
know that.
Like the Spyro The New Beginning, Spyro Eternal Night, and Spyro Dawn of the Dragon. It's basically Spyro, but Lord of the Rings. Funny you should mention that. Gary Oldman's in that game as well.
What?
Gary Oldman's in
Yeah,
everything.
what?
He's such
Gary
a
Oldman
versatile
plays
actor.
Ignitus.
I never
And
played
he
those games. I actually didn't know
Well,
he
no, man.
was Spyro until he was on Hot Ones like 2 or 3 weeks ago when he mentioned it.
Yeah, it's strange. Like it's basically Spyro, but like a toned down Lord of the Rings. Like Mark Hamill's in that as well. Like there's another big voice actor.
Hey, are they
Well-
any good, those games?
Hold on, tone down
they're
Lord of the
fine.
Rings. Let's reverse there a second. What game is this?
This is the Spyro, the trilogy that was
It's
made
Spyro.
during the end of the PS2 to the beginning of the PS3. It was like
Okay.
a reboot of the series, but it was taken in a more realistic way. It's more of a hack and slash, but you're a dragon, and you have elemental powers which are taken from the previous games. But it sort of forgoes the collectathon element of Spyro.
Yeah.
It was a bit for me anyway. It was just a bit disappointing because it wasn't like any Spyro game beforehand, and it just felt like it was lackluster. But they're perfectly fine games. It's just like when you hear Elijah Wood as Spyro the Dragon, and it's just Frodo you hear, and like Ignitus, which is Gary Oldman, who
That's
is
crazy.
the mentor figure, he's Gandalf basically in this. He actually, he technically becomes Gandalf by the end of it. He becomes a wizard dragon by the end of it for time.
After he dies to the Balrog.
After he dies, he becomes
He
he
spends all
sacrifices himself.
XP.
He turns white, does he?
He does turn white, so
What?
he does. He turns
Gandalf,
into a white
Definitely
dragon.
getting this game.
Gandalf
Um,
didn't sacrifice
Is it
himself.
on Vita? Surely it's on Vita.
Stole-
Come
he
on.
stole all
no.
experience.
One thing I actually, while we're on it, Dawn of the Dragon, brilliant soundtrack. But one of the coolest things about that game was the fact that you could actually glide around the maps without having to, drop. You could fly around them.
Oh, they
And
finally let you
with the
fly.
music in the game, it was honestly, it was just so relaxing. It has some great moments, and you can play the whole game in co-op, which is really cool as well. But
Actually, speaking of really, really cool music in games, I know we're kind of going slightly off topic here, but again, bringing it back to Death Stranding, they've got like music from churches, they got like
Yeah.
a lot of Scandinavian bands, and like it's just so when you're out walking, because I've only played the first like few hours of that game. But I
Same.
remember like I was out walking, and the soundtrack hits. It's just perfect. It's just beautiful.
I think that game is. It's going to be like maybe, one of those movies where you watch it the first time and you're not crazy about it. Then you go and dissect every little bit and you realize this is something that's just beyond. It's probably ahead of its time, the type of way, because it's so different.
It's very niche. Anyway,
It's
I
very,
would-
very
I would-
niche.
Compared to Ico,
yeah, something like Ico, something like
Ico-
Journey, just something
nobody knew
different
to
at the
like
time.
Ico when Ico came out.
Yeah.
It's
And then.
like an art house film for games. It's an art house.
Yeah,
game.
yeah. I think, but you have to go in with that mindset, or like if you're going in expecting, say somebody
Coherency.
going from GTA or Call of Duty or these fast-paced games, you go into that. I totally understand why you wouldn't get, or
yeah.
why you wouldn't appreciate it. But somebody like myself who loves simulator games, who loves when things are as real as possible. Like I did the same as you, John. I loved what I played of Death Stranding.
Yeah, and it's just, I think you're the same as me in this regard, even like Red Dead Redemption and stuff. Just, for lack of a better term, bollocking about, like riding
Yeah.
around on your horse,
Fishing for
looking to-
pike in a fucking, sorry for cursing, but fishing
fair.
for pike in a,
Yeah,
a little
And-
stream.
exactly. Or even just walking around and see what you can see, or just driving around on your horse.
Yeah.
But I get the
Or-
same with. Oh yeah.
Or stacking as much stuff in that backpack as possible and trying to get down to the bottom of a hole.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's really fun though.
It's
like,
fun.
Like, that's what I'm saying. It's like the people are like, "Oh, you don't. You just walk and you have to get from here to there."
No, you got to use your 2 triggers to walk properly, and you're kind of like, and then you make it, you get a little bit of off balance, and you're kind of like, oh no.
It's like Mrs. Doyle. It's like Mrs. Doyle. People are like, "Oh, it's so miserable." It's like, maybe I like the misery.
Yeah, that's exactly it though. That's what a Dark Souls fan has it like. Yeah, you need to have the misery to have that little bit of
even that, it's
joy.
like, I love looking around, and I love the fact that I'm walking in this field, and I love the fact that the game looks freaking amazing, and I love the fact that it's hard to get down this hill, and like he stumbles, and like it's funny, and like stuff happens, like you fall off the cliff by accident, and he starts falling down, and it's like hilarious, and I'm like, this is great.
I know you just threw it in there,
old.
but the game does look sensational.
Beautiful.
Like for
There's
a
something
terrain,
about
yeah,
a Kojima game where you're like, nobody makes a game like this.
No, that's the beautiful thing about it.
That's why I'll always be interested in whatever he's doing next, because it'll be something different and weird.
Oh, of course, that's his bread and butter, as they say. But like the director's cut's out soon enough, right?
it's out. I think, isn't it?
They showed off a lot of things.
They gave them like a jetpack and stuff, and people were like, "Oh, it's taken away from the joy of the game," and other people were like, "Shut the hell up!" Jetpack takes away nothing from the game.
Nothing is made worse by adding a jetpack.
No.
Nothing.
Stop complaining, you privileged little shit.
I didn't realize. I didn't realize.
No.
My housemate got the complete version of what's that game? Just Cause 4.
Oh yeah, that's people love them games.
And they've added. No, when I didn't realize they added a jetpack to the wingsuit. You can just fly now.
Oh, it's
Just Cause 2 is amazing.
Just Cause 2. I only had the demo for that, and it was all I needed.
Just Cause 2 online is one of the greatest mods I've ever played.
Wow.
Yeah.
128 people just deathmatch on the Just Cause 2 map.
Junk food gaming. That's what that is.
Just hunting people down, and just like it was just like the amount of just flying jets directly into people's face.
With the guy standing on the wing of the jet, like with a grenade launcher.
I remember, mid 2000s PC gaming. The 2 mods that I played maybe the most of were Just Cause 2 online and San Andreas online, and they were so fun.
Yeah, they're very good. They've got if you had a crappy day, you come home, you just want to relax.
Fly jets into people.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Just Cause was great fun. I think I just have a broken brain, because when people say games are repetitive and stuff, like someone had the gall to me. Rowan, you believe this? Someone said that to me about Sleeping Dogs. That it was too repetitive. I think
Sleeping Dogs is great.
It's a great game. Like, you have to go around and you have to find all of these, and you have to find all of that. It's like, have you never played a video game
it's
before?
What do you want it to do? Cook your dinner for you as well.
I'm really weird, because in a way I'm kind of like that. I lose attention real quickly, and a lot of collectibles is the quickest way to get rid of me. But then I've also played 3,000 hours of Destiny, and I don't really understand how that happens.
Yeah, gotta get that loot. Funny you mentioned that, actually, John, because I played Judgment. And I didn't mention at the start.
Nice.
I really, really like that game. It's it's very similar to Sleeping Dogs. It's a little bit funkier, a little bit crazier. I think Sleeping Dogs kind of dials it back a little bit, and it's a little bit more realistic. It's a little bit more heavy on the story. I liked Judgment. I thought it was really, really fun. And
how were the karaoke songs?
I don't think I actually sang any karaoke in the game. I did everything else, it seemed.
Good.
Yeah.
I just assume there's karaoke because it's
there is karaoke in it. So there's
yeah.
Like, how does Judgment compare to Yakuza? Is it the exact same game?
And it's very similar, yeah.
Okay.
I think it's slightly different combat, and it's more like since it is a detective game, it's more focusing on puzzles to a certain extent, from what I recall.
Solving crimes, is it?
but the side stuff is pretty the same, like the wacky world.
I like that
think
now.
a sad thing now just to bring up at the moment. It was a few months ago, but when Lost Judgment, the newest one coming out, it was out in PC first there, and apparently that was against the contract of the main actor because they could mod the character.
Okay.
And
this is the weird things in
this
Japan.
is how the Judgment might never get another game again.
Yeah. See, Judgment.
So did
unless
Lost
main
Judgment
character
not
is
get
different.
released?
Yeah.
It got released, but
the main
probably-
character in that is a massively famous Japanese actor.
Okay.
Okay.
And
He knows his
The-
rights.
no, his agency does not want him in a PC game. And they can't make a deal on the next one because Sega, since all the Yakuza's come out on PC, they've realized, oh, we made a fortune on this. Why aren't we releasing our games on PC? And now their entire thing going forward is all their games comes out on PC, and that actor's agency is like, well, he isn't to come out on games that are coming out on PC, so they
That's
can't
such
make a deal.
bull crap, isn't it?
Yeah, Japan's
Like,
weird.
have they
again.
not heard of Photoshop? No.
What
Literally,
happens-
they can stick his picture in the Photoshop
Yeah.
and do whatever they want.
I think what actually happened was the Keanu Reeves mods was
Way better.
people realized, oh, there's a Keanu Reeves model in Death Stranding, bring it into Source Filmmaker, and now we have Keanu Reeves porn.
Class.
And Japanese aren't too happy about it.
Let's go, Keanu Reeves. Fair play to him.
Bringing it back to our voice actors, Keanu Reeves, like that was a big one. So
Yeah.
it was for that game. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think
Yeah,
anyone
it
saw
seemed
it
like
coming.
it took all the
Him
budget.
coming out to be coolest moment of E3 ever, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that was like the pop for him coming out was pretty
Yeah.
fucking big. It was like
Yeah,
the
the
first
build up for the game was better than the execution.
Yeah, it really was.
Witcher 4 can't come quick enough.
No, take your time. Jesus, don't bring it
Yeah,
up.
yeah. Well, look at they've a lot of the content there. Like, go back to just making a fantasy RPG. I think they'll be just fine.
You're gonna have to.
But
They seem to be pretty good at doing that genre.
I do think that if you look at the way they evolved Witcher from 1 to 3, Cyberpunk
one
does
is
look
so cool, yeah.
Cyberpunk looks like a really good first attempt. By
I know,
the standards.
but Witcher 1 was an indie developed game from a very, very small team. This is a bit different, I think. I don't think we're going to see Cyberpunk 20, whatever.
Oh,
30.
I'd almost guarantee that's right up their alley.
Okay, but I'll definitely bet a pizza that we'll never see another Cyberpunk game again.
CG Project Red because
You won the
Cyberpunk
last
is a-
one,
is a
so.
separate franchise.
But yeah, so video game kind of voice actors we were talking about. I have Laura Bailey here. She played Abby, and also
I
she
thought
was
you
in...
had her here. I was like, we have Laura
Yeah,
here. Hello?
we have.
Hey there, Ronan. How are you doing? I saw the way she
Steve
stops her.
Bloom is another one here mentioned. Actually,
Steve
in
Bloom's a
Judgment as
legend.
well. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
what a voice!
Steve Bloom is one of the sexiest voices in the world.
Ashley Birch, Horizon Zero Dawn, played Aloy.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
People really
Quentin
liked.
Flynn,
Jennifer
was-
Hale, who played
Dr. Naomi Campbell from the Metal Gear
Shit.
Solid series.
Shamus Aran in Metroid, and also
Aran?
Disney princesses in Kingdom Hearts, and also in the Mass Effect series. And then
Disney
Ashley
Princess
Johnson,
in
we
Mass
know,
Effect.
from The Last of Us.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Let's
Last of Us 2, huh?
To this day, the Metal Gear Solid series is my favorite set of voice actors in general.
When the dust is settled on The Last of Us 2, it's that whole controversy was crazy. When you think about it, you go back and think about it. Like, I probably stirred up stuff I don't need to right now. It was a very good game.
Yeah.
I really don't know what people's problem with it was. Like I know what people's problem with it was, but it was like
the
we don't
problem
want
wasn't number
shocking
one.
stuff to we don't have to do something shocking happened to the game that we didn't want to happen. All games are getting too predictable. Make up your mind. The hell do you want? You can't win.
But like
games are
that
getting too
could be a group of 100 people that would stir up that. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yes.
I think relatively, like, the game was obviously well received. It got Game of the Year.
The game was a massive success.
Yeah, it was
Oh, yeah,
hugely
That
successful.
tiny vocal minority made a lot of noise, but didn't have any actual
No.
effect on the game.
No, you pay. You know, you vote with your wallet, like, and they still went out and bought the game.
You remember it. They made some really bold choices, and you remember it. And I don't even agree with some of the choices they made.
It
but
was
I
always
actually
going to happen, though.
appreciate
Like,
that they made the choices.
like you're gonna sit down
told-
and you like, let's go spoiler alert here, okay? We're
I
talking about
told-
Joel's death, right?
I told my mate who loves the first. I've never played either the last. I've played the first hour of the first Last of Us. I told my mate who loves that first game a year and a half before the second one came out. Joel's not going to be the main character. He's going to die. And I was like, it's so obvious from every trailer, and the way that story is that he's going to die. And he's like, no, he's not going to die. And if he does, I'm not playing it. And I'm like, dude,
But death sometimes can be like part of a great story. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, look at Game of Thrones. Like, look. I think death allows us to remember the characters for the great things that they did throughout the game. I don't understand it. Like, people, what were they doing? Crying in their bedroom for days after because of Joel. You know,
No, they were
Over Martell's death made him a legend.
Yeah.
Why people didn't like Joel's death, which I do disagree with, was because they were like, it was so shocking and unceremonious, and like it just.
But sure, he was
happened.
a scumbag. Like, let's be honest.
Exactly.
Also, that
like he
from
went.
outside- from outside
He isn't a
looking in-
good guy. That's the whole point.
From the
of
outside
that
looking
too.
in, from the outside looking in, unceremonious and vicious is the word of The Last of Us.
Yeah.
And like it shows you. Like, that's the whole
Perfect
point
for
of
the
game.
story and the world.
That's why, and I'll admit, and some of the best parts were Abby parts, but when it hit me that when it first went to Abby, and you hate Abby at this stage, you really do, because she is like, again, we're in full spoilers. She's just killed Joel, she's killed the other lad, and she's just shot Tommy, and you don't know if Tommy is alive. You think Tommy is dead at this stage, and you think she's just after killing Tommy, and you're like, what's after happening? Cuts to black. Then you're playing as Abby, and I was like, oh cool, we get to have this little flashback with Abby. And I was like, when it dawned on me that I had a whole new crafting tree, a whole new skill thing, and I was like, oh. And then when I was Abby for like 15 hours. The second half of the game is you being Abby. And I was like, I swear to you, when I started, I was like, oh no, I don't want to be Abby. I was a little salty. I was like, do I have to play as Abby now? What? And it goes through the whole thing from Abby's perspective, and I think it's done great. And there's a set piece done on an island, like Vietnam or something. I can't think of what, but I don't know where the island was. But it's like a Vietnam War thing where like bombs are going off and it's like napalm and it's crazy. And it was the best set piece in the whole game, and it was an Abby section. And you really do like you stop caring that you're playing as Abby, and you start seeing stuff from her perspective as well. And you're like, oh yeah, Joel did go in and kill all her people because they wanted to use Ellie to make a cure for this disease that's still going. Oh yeah. Actually, from her perspective,
exactly,
she's
and
a monster.
that's where the genius comes in, because like, you know, for like the way I always seen when it was happening and when it was unfolding, human feelings like are bound to perspective. I think you use a great word there, John. Like, you could watch a movie where you're literally watching a bad guy. You know, let's say Scarface, Tony Montana.
Yeah.
You are with him the whole way through, and you're hoping that he's going to get to the end. And when he dies at the end, there is a sense of, you know, there is a sense of like, oh, you know, damn it, like, and it's all about perspective. Like, if you've seen the flip side, like you do with Abby, you know, all the hurt and pain that Joel caused.
Yeah,
then you realize why she did it, and you realize why it was so vicious. Like, and you realize that she doesn't have the same feelings as we have towards Joel. But I don't know. I thought it was always going to happen.
I agree with you, but to be fair, in Scarface, the reason why the people who kill him aren't great. The reason why he gets murdered is because he refuses to blow up a car with a kid in it.
Well, there you go.
That's the reason
is that
why
why
he gets murdered?
Wow.
Yeah, because freaking Hector Salamanca from Breaking Bad, but as a young actor, is in the back. You know, the lad in the chair with the ding 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 ding.
Yeah.
It's him, but younger. He's like in the car. They're watching this guy for ages, and then like, all right, there's a bomb in his car. We're going to take it off. He goes to work at 3:00 every day. But then this one day, when he goes to blow up the car, he brings the daughter in with him.
Yeah.
And like, the man's about to flick the switch, and he goes, nope. He shoots the man in the head. And
Class.
then he's like, what did I tell you? The one thing I told you to do was not to f with me. Yo, you stand them out. You stand an army. You stand an army down here. And then they do.
Yeah. Class. Yeah, so there is a kind of a little redemption there.
Yeah,
Probably been a
That's-
decade since I've seen Scarface. I should probably watch Scarface
Yeah.
again.
I've seen it
Brilliant
like
movie.
20 times.
Yeah, it is top notch. But I
Only-
never clicked with
Also-
me that it was the reason why he died.
A good video game.
Oh
And
yeah,
a really-
Yes,
Tony's fine.
actually,
Tony's
yes.
A really smart way of doing a sequel to a movie like that. What if he
yeah.
didn't die?
Yeah.
He gets, I need to build my empire back. Dun, 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 dun. Well, again, I don't know why we're talking about Scarface, but I do because it's brilliant.
Oh, it's top
what-
class.
What I love about that movie
Speaking of soundtracks.
is
Yeah.
oh yeah, exactly. The whole movie is like they do it so perfectly. The whole movie is just the rise of Tony, right? And then they do the pushes to the limit cutscene, which is like Tony like loving life, everything's going well, and literally the second that montage ends, everything goes to shit.
Carnage.
That's the last time Tony is happy.
Yeah.
And everything after that is just goes like it's
Life of a
everything is
criminal,
horrible.
isn't it?
Yeah. That's why I
Highs
love
and lows.
it's like it's a happy film pretty much up until pushes to the limit, and then it's just Tony's getting screwed.
Happy, but with a chainsaw back
Yeah,
scene.
the start
that
is
is
pretty
what it is.
brutal.
Jeez, that still to this
How
day.
about
Oh,
Yeah, it's
holding your head up
haunting.
your ass, see if it fits. Yeah.
Let's
Yeah.
finish up with some news. We don't usually do that, but let's finish up with
this
some
has been
news.
this has been a real fun tangent evening.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
That's Paddy likes it this way as well, and it's fun to just even catch up and talk about video games.
Yeah.
So Horizon Forbidden West is coming to us on the 18th of February 2022. The game was originally delayed from its 2021 release window a little while back, but developers came out last night and gave us the new date, while also claiming that the reason behind the delay was due to COVID. Due to COVID. Is that like a South Park
Yes.
quote or something? Yeah. Why? Oh, yeah. I get it now. They shoot the little kid. Yeah, he's in hospital due to COVID. Good episode.
There is
that.
a 45-day window, like late January to February, that has a lot of games coming out.
Nice.
Yeah, 2022 is going to be a freaking big year for games.
That game looks
Most-
gorgeous.
Most importantly, is 222222. Yeah, the 22nd of February is when the next Destiny expansion is coming out.
Oh, wow. Was that was really announced today or yesterday?
Yeah.
Was it?
Thursday or Tuesday? Sorry.
What's it look like? Good.
Yeah, real cool. They're adding a new weapon type. It's all about the queen, the Taken King. His sister has come, and
Wow.
she's the main villain. And
That was a good
she seems to
DLC.
be-
The Taken King.
it was the best DLC
Yeah,
maybe
It
they
was
ever
the,
made.
yeah, it was the real turning point for the game.
Yeah, but it genuinely looks real cool. They're doing a lot. They've done a lot in the past sort of season with Destiny to make it just a better game to play overall. They've been doing some real good quality of life stuff.
Yeah,
And their seasons are like they're a tenner, and they're maybe underpriced at this stage.
they were
like-
overpriced at the start, though, weren't they? Let's be honest.
Yes, but their seasons now, like a Destiny season is 3 months. It's a tenner, and you're literally getting weekly story content.
Wow.
Every Tuesday, you get like the next part of the ongoing
That game
story
has
mission for the
legs,
season.
doesn't it?
Yeah,
When was it
Yeah.
released? Must be 5 years.
it's
isn't it?
we're into 7th year of Destiny, I think.
Wow.
Destiny 2, though. Is that 7 years of that?
No, it's 5
No,
years
no.
Destiny 2.
Just 5 years of that, okay.
Wow. Yeah, speaking of making games better, Horizon Zero Dawn got an update on PS5 allowing for 60 frames per
I
second.
hear this.
I'll play that because that's a gorgeous
I'll play that
game.
too. I never actually got to finish it. I was playing it on the PS4 just before the PS4 PS5 transition,
Yeah.
and I wasn't bothered because I'd already packed away my PS4. I never actually transferred over my save files, so because I was like, I probably won't play many of these games again. So I started from the start again, though. I wasn't too far. I got
It's
to the
got
second
pacing
island.
issues midway through. Pat will understand
Yeah.
the old open world pacing issues. You're just like,
Yeah.
when is it
Well,
going to end?
But the one thing that's really good about that is big giant robot dinosaurs.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Yes.
And thank you for saying that. We can just end the show now with that quote.
The
Xbox
hunting
games.
ground stuff. Oh, sorry.
No, work away.
I was gonna say I love the hunting ground stuff, and that actually sort of saves the middle of that game for me. You know the 3-level hunting, like
Yeah,
almost
challenges.
school you have to go
Yeah.
to the challenges.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right,
they're
I
so
never-
well
I never
sort of
joined that.
together.
Xbox
they
games with gold for September 21. Warhammer Chaos Bane, Malacca, Zone of the Enders HD collection.
Oh, Zone of Enders.
Yeah, is that the original or?
It's both of them. It's
Zone
both
of
Zone of the Enders
Enders.
games.
Wow. I haven't played that game in a long, long time.
Is that it? No. The
It's
Kojima something to do with that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Kojima game.
Yeah, I was thinking.
Yeah.
The
I
demo.
back in the day.
The demo for Metal Gear Solid 2 came with it.
That was where I played. I think I played the demo on Metal Gear
The
Solid 2.
game that literally sold over 1 million copies off the back of having the Metal Gear Solid 2 demo.
Wow. Yeah.
But then it was good.
Yeah, it was good. Yeah, I played that.
People were buying it going, oh, we don't really care about this game. We want the Metal Gear Solid 2 demo. And I was like, wait a minute, this game's actually pretty good.
We have.
It's flying robots, right?
Yeah.
I was going to say first trailer, but we pulled up some trailers throughout the show, which I'll probably do from now on if we're chatting about something.
Yeah, I quite like that. I like that's not a bad thing. Not a bad thing.
Production value now. I'm kind of bringing it out from YouTube, but who cares? Let's have some fun with it. So, No More Heroes 3. It's a little
I am just Baptiste the Sixth, aka
Fool.
Fool.
Anyone play this
up,
game?
Earthling
Chat
aliens.
over it.
Oh.
I have no idea what this game is. Pat?
Yeah, okay, so I think it's Suda is the company that developed the games. Aiden might know if I'm correct on that.
Goichi Suda, also known as Suda51, the lead
Crazy,
developer
crazy
for
man.
Grasshopper Studios.
Listen, the first thing I heard about this game is basically from the original No Heroes, when it was on Wii. You wanked to charge up your laser sword in it with the Wii controller, which I think. Listen, that's a selling pitch that got me interested immediately.
Here we go.
You know about that. That's written all over it.
But funny enough, I actually haven't played the games. I've been meaning to try and get around to them. I know they released the first two on the Switch, so you can actually go play them. But man, listen, I think I just sold the game to all you as well. What other game do you get your controller and wank to power up your sword?
A lot of Wii games, actually.
There's a few things I could say.
That was kind of what the Wii was.
Oh, I see. Okay, there's a little snippet there where he's doing it. So, I see it. That's crazy stuff.
It's wacky, crazy game, so it is.
The No More Heroes games.
Because I was thinking you're
No
just
More
like
Heroes
shaking it
games.
like this, but you're literally doing this.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's a little snippet there in the game.
2 hands?
The two hands, the 2 hands. Oh, Lord.
Yeah, the No More Heroes games are you're Travis Touchstone, who's an assassin with a lightsaber, and it's like big boss battles against other assassins, and there's like weird, mundane, almost like lawnmower stuff, like doing odd jobs in the middle. It's
so weird.
What is someone? It's like a boss rush game meets Shenmue, but designed by Suda51.
Yeah, it was insane.
It looks like a game I'll never play.
Roman, you're gonna have to give it one go at some stage.
You're gonna have to give it a
That's what she said. Suppose that joke doesn't play into that one, but you know what I mean. Let me just.
If we ever do a meetup, we need to get Ronan to play it on stream.
Just have a full body count, just going.
I'm trying to get a video here of it happening, but it's actually quite difficult to get.
We'll be the first ones.
Can't get it up, John. No.
I swear this never happens.
Right here. Let's have a quick look, okay? Let's see. Can we notice him powering up his sword? Let's see now. Okay. Oh, here we go. Oh no, it's one. Go and power it up again. Oh, I think no, it's fully powered. The battery is green in the corner. So when that kind of knocks down, right, when that goes to red, we're gonna see him power it up again. Hopefully.
Hopefully, you seem like you really want this.
There he goes. Look. Okay, it's not two-handed. I was mistaken. Okay, moving on swiftly. A new Tales of game is coming to mobile. Tales of Luminaria. It's a cool name. Is going to be on mobile. Is going to be a mobile game played in portrait mode. While bringing the same style of action RPG goodness the main series of games are known for. Aiden?
Yeah.
You going to play this
Games. Yeah.
Not
I'm
big
more
one.
excited for the. There's a
So you
new
haven't
actual,
finished
like,
them all
goal.
because there's a new one coming out.
No, that's Trials.
Oh, right. Okay.
Or-
Okay.
Right, yeah.
Oh,
Tales are
Tales.
different.
Okay. Sorry.
Trails and Tales, sorry.
Get your
But yeah.
JRPGs right, Ronan.
Yeah.
yeah. I feel I'm devastated here.
Trails.
Tales and Trails, and
Yeah.
I know all to do. Every one of them is 60 hours plus. So
60? What are you talking about? Never finished in 60.
you got to pump those numbers.
That's like speedrunning numbers.
You gotta pump those
Speed
numbers
running
up.
60 hours. You're 30 hours in, you make a mistake, you got to start again.
I forgot to
I
get the
can make up the
wizard
time.
wand. Oh, I'm sorry. But the wand from
There'll be lots of content anyway. You'd never run out. Christ. Oh, you know there's somebody out there going to do it now after listening to this.
To be fair, there's a guy I watch online that does like speedrun races off Pokemon Crystal where they have to catch every Pokemon in the Pokedex alphabetically. And these speedruns can be like, they're the sort of things I put on when I'm falling asleep. So like you put it on and you fall asleep and he's like halfway through when you wake up maybe.
probably other ones. Is there any double A's or is there something better than Abra? That'll be the first.
No, what they do is it's randomized Pokemon Crystal. So every Pokemon's location is randomized. So you play up until you fight somebody that has an Abra, and then you can use the Pokedex to check Abra's location, and that's how you end up having to play the game.
Sounds like fun.
It's a wild ride.
Yeah.
I don't think it'll keep me out of the pubs, but anyway, moving on swiftly. Another
Perfect
new
fun
Marvel.
sleep do videos.
Another new Marvel game is in the works, as a CGI trailer was shown of during the night at Gamescom. It looks good. I'm excited for that. I know we don't get any gameplay.
good.
Pat, you were saying we're getting gameplay in a few weeks.
Yeah, it's
4
I can't
days.
remember the date. It's
September
on the
1st.
actual news there, man. It gives you a little bit about the game. There should be.
Oh,
like, little
okay.
bullet
Sorry,
points.
yeah, there is. Sorry, I thought it was other
Yeah.
news. So, the
the
details
full
are:
text,
it's a tactical RPG, customizable protagonist. You live with the Marvel heroes, and the gameplay is on September the 1st. There you go, Pat.
Yeah.
You live with
It
them.
looks
Rocking
like
it with those
looks like
notes
it's going
tonight.
to be.
Yeah.
It looks like it's going to be kind of like that XCOM style, of where you build like your mansion
Awesome.
and you create a character.
It would be interesting now. Like let's say a Marvel character dies. Is that them gone for good?
What's it called? Can we bring it
Or-
up?
With Fire Axis.
Marvel Midnight Suns. It's just a CGI trailer so far.
Yeah.
Marvel
Yeah,
Midnight.
Suns.
I have to
That's
say,
The
the customization for this will probably be so much better than what was left in the Avengers game recently. Like this is you're probably gonna have so much fun just like customizing them.
What I'd be worried about,
everyone gets. Everyone is getting like new costumes, which is kind of cool. Like they're all getting from that trailer.
Enter Sandman
Spider looks
Metallica.
so freaking cool in it.
what I'd be
This
worried
is like
about
my
though
fl-
is if it says you live with the Marvel heroes,
Yeah,
right? Like if you have like a chore wheel, like if the Hulk gets the Hoover and he's just wrecking the gaff. Do you know what I mean? Like he's actually or the dishes. He's not going to do them
Look.
correctly at all.
what happens is after the first day, the chore wheel, Deadpool changes everything to Doctor Strange, so he just did, and it's all done.
Makes sense actually.
That's what Deadpool would do.
So, in terms of is it third person? Is it top down? What
think it's
do
gonna
we
be-
reckon?
For Axis makes like
XCOM.
top-down tactics RPGs, XCOM games, like that's what they do.
So, is it?
I think this is going to
It's not
be
the same guy as Marvel Heroes, is it?
no.
No.
Okay.
Fire Axis is like XCOM and XCOM 2.
Oh wow! Oh yeah,
Yeah.
nice, good.
Yeah. That's why I'm actually excited about
I
this,
played
because
XCOM 2 recently. Really enjoyed it.
Yeah, XCOM
It's
2.
such a weird. Ghost Rider looks so weird there.
He looks so cool at the same time.
Yeah, but it's such an odd look for Ghost Rider.
I'm just literally thinking of that Team 4-star, the Broly. He's so cool.
So stupid, but he's so
yeah.
cool.
Like,
But
it
it's
is
so
cringe.
stupid.
What? Like the face, how it's not really glowing up, looks a bit strange because it's not all on fire. But at the same time, it looks so cool. Yeah.
So
Yeah,
we're
interesting.
excited for that. Well, we're excited to see gameplay anyway. Definitely.
Yeah.
be
I'm
interesting.
excited. I'm excited for Blade to be front and center on anything.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Surprised. I was not expecting him.
I love
But,
Blade.
Yeah, XCOM 2, literally one of my favorite games.
Yeah. I literally only installed it on the PS5, John, and started
Nice.
playing it recently.
Does
And
that
it's
have all the DLCs like the purple people? What the frick was that called? Anyone play XCOM 2? It's been a while.
honestly,
Yeah,
I've
no,
literally done the tutorial
no,
and
Oh, yeah.
saved
that's a bit. You know, you shouldn't be calling them purple people. That's mean now. So
They're
it is.
purple.
It's 2021, John.
they're purple.
They're
They're-
purple.
yeah, you-
They're not
you
even
know-
people. They're freaking aliens.
I'm gonna need to know that.
Hey, that's not nice either, John.
He's
They're real people,
technically
okay?
impaired.
This freaking PC culture's gone way out.
I know.
Technically impaired is what they prefer, John.
And the last trailer we have is a game that I want to like, but I don't know. I always thought it was more on the kind of arcade side of simulators, and it's WRC, and we're into the 10th one. So let's have a look at that one.
When you have sort of, you know, dirt and all that from Codemaster.
Yeah.
These games are sort of like the hand-me-downs. This is like, you know, what's that meme? Like, oh, I want to get this here, but we have that at home.
Oh,
So
yeah.
like, you want to get dirt, but the mother thinks WRC is dirt. Like that's the meme I'm trying to think of.
Looking at the trailer here, it just doesn't look 2021, does it? It looks maybe 5 years back. Yeah. Yeah, and that's the thing I always felt about.
Sevens-
there's better games out there.
Seven's a pretty good one. Seven's
Yeah.
a pretty good WRC.
Yeah, I
but,
think I actually played that one, and the graphics were pretty decent.
Yeah, because when 7 came out, it was pretty good. But I really feel like they've been costing for quite some time.
Yeah. I don't think I'll be able to play. I don't think I'll be able to play this one though. In fairness, I haven't played 1 through 9. I wouldn't know what's going on in the story.
Oh, I love Lances so much.
Yeah, it's look at there's so many good sims out there at the moment, so it's hard to kind of put 70 quid into one that you haven't really been invested in the last 9. John said
The next racing
Exactly.
game I would
I don't know what's
spend
going
money
on. I'll
on.
be lost.
The next game I would spend money on is coming free to Game Pass anyway, and that's like Forza Horizon 5.
when is the release date for that? Have a look.
Is it November? Those games are so fun just for driving around the big world they make.
It is Forza Motorsport.
November 5th.
Oh, nice. That game is going to be. It's interesting that they're bringing Horizon out and not Motorsport, because I know the last one was a Horizon as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think they're giving the team that were doing the new Motorsport wanted another year to get to grips with the new graphics chips in the console.
Look at this game. It's insane. Absolutely insane.
Nothing shows off hardware's graphics like a new racing game.
Oh no.
Like in terms of simulator, I think it blends simulator and I don't know, simcade. Like it's not full on simulator, but in terms of detailed cars and graphics, it is next to none. And world.
I think the Forza games are the perfect step into that world.
Yes, they are.
Perfect first step.
Yeah, they're a great stepping stone into the likes of Assetto or iRacing.
Yeah.
But they've just got, like, with Horizon, you have the open world element that people kind of tend to like, regardless whether they're going to ever jump into, you know, full on simulator. I think they've got a wide appeal, especially the Horizon series. Motorsport's a little bit more, I suppose, aimed at the racer, but Horizon, anyone can jump in and cruise around in their favourite automobile.
One of my favorite things to do when I'm like have a kind of crappy day is to just put in Forza Horizon 4, find usually a Lancia, and just don't even do races. Just drive around the map.
Are you
go to the quarry and practice drifting?
Are you on the wheel or are you just on controller with Horizon?
Wheel.
The wheel, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's improved supposedly, the controls on the wheel. So I'm gonna blast that back up again and have a go if I can pull myself away from modding Assetto Corsa, because it's just endless. Like, I'm got to the stage where I'm trying to like create my own careers and F1 seasons, and it's just, and then you're like, right, I want this track to have rain, coming in halfway through the race, and I want this one to be sunny, and it's endless. If you're into, and I really am into that open source modding, you don't even play the game anymore. You're just you jump in and you're like, no, that shadow looks weird. I want to mod that shadow. So that's where I'm at, and then replays, and it's good though.
Sounds like every time I try to play Skyrim again.
Yeah, exactly. It's the exact same. If you love modding Skyrim, you love modding Assetto Corsa. It's exact same.
I love modding Skyrim, playing for 5 minutes and then stopping.
Yeah, you mod for days.
There's a story I forgot to put in here that I think we just have to talk about.
Go for it.
Which is how Skyrim is getting re-released yet again.
Skyrim is 60 quid on the Switch.
With fishing.
Switch
with fishing.
For games.
Yeah.
The boys text me and said, Ronan's like, take my money. Look it's a great game.
But at the same time, like, there has to be a point where you have to go, okay, this.
Yeah, when people stop buying it.
This is the first time they've made me mad. Because they're adding DLC, they're adding mods, they're adding fishing. They're not fixing any of the bugs.
But with mods comes bugs as well, so it's...
because there's still game-breaking bugs that are very easily done in that game, and to me, that's the fact that they're fixed them.
But there's a mod to fix them. They don't need to fix them. Come on, you know what it's like. They're like, let the community fix our problems.
Yeah.
Let's charge them, and then they can fix them.
Do you know Obsidian?
Yeah.
Obsidian, for all people said, New Vegas was released as a mess.
It was.
Didn't take a long time to be made, but they worked hard, and they made New Vegas a really playable game over the year after that.
Yeah.
And Bethesda just don't.
Yeah. No, they don't. They really don't.
I love Obsidian.
But there's an element to it that they don't have to, because people still praise Skyrim and people say it's a great game.
I'll praise Skyrim. It is a great game.
But like Fallout 76, they fixed stuff in that right quick because it was such a mess, and they put the NPCs in, and they did. But like, people do like that game now. They have done a lot.
But also, Fallout 76 was trying to jump on, the cash grab of getting into the whole survival online. Like, it was.
They've actually put the effort in. I have friends.
Because it was bad
No,
press.
definitely. No, I'm totally agreeing with you. Yeah.
But like, that game had serious amount of problems over the first year. Like, they did fix something, and then they'd break several different things, and then they'd fix those several things, and then several more things would break.
But they charged for a bloody plastic bag as well, didn't they?
There's still a group of players. There's still a group of players in Fallout 76 that have figured out a way to get into the moderator's room, and they don't. The developers don't know how they do it. They won't tell anyone.
That again, I've dropped his name here a few times. Aiden knows him. Watch the Internet Historian video about the first year of that game.
Internet Historian, you should watch every video that he's ever made.
Yeah, he's ever made. He's a great person for
DashCon
documentaries.
DashCon is the one that I put on.
Oh, yeah.
When I want to laugh, I put on the DashCon one.
There's the DashCon and there's the Furry Fest.
Yeah. First of all,
the spiders are scary in Skyrim. It's basically a Shelob clone, isn't it?
Freaking scary in any game.
Yeah.
Like, I remember Bloodborne. That big spider when you go into the chapel at one point in Bloodborne. There's like the big spider.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. I didn't go into
I
that.
love the people that mod spiders out of games so people that can't play games with spiders in them can play them.
They're not people.
Grounded, that was like their whole selling point. Remember Grounded? Like, the spiders in that are terrifying. Like, actually terrifying.
But you can turn them into big blobs that they don't look like spiders anymore.
Yeah.
What's Grounded?
It's the Honey I Shrunk the Kids game.
Remember, it was like...
Was that good? It looked good.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
It looked fun.
It's still in early access. It has a long way to go, but it's...
Honey I Shrunk the Kids. That was a childhood movie. Great, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Still holds up to this day.
Yeah, Rick
He did
Moranis is a funny man.
Yeah. Yeah.
In fairness to him, he did it twice. Not a great father.
He blew up the kid the second
He
time.
blew up the kids the second time. They were huge.
Funny how blue.
He's
Yeah.
so big.
Good movies though. Fun.
Yeah.
Guys, that was a hell of a lot of fun. Great to get back. The only thing missing was himself, the main man, Paddy. But we'll be back next week with it. I'm gonna try and contact Frankie. What do we call him?
No,
Frankie Flood. Yeah. And we'll try and get him as a guest appearance. I wouldn't have a clue what to ask him. So I might let Aidan and Pat or John, even if yourself wants to jump in.
Yeah.
Sure.
I'll ask musical questions. How about that? But in terms of JRPGs, I like them, but I'm at a stage in my life where I can't play them. Phoenix, I don't. You've obviously missed the start, but I announced that I'm having another kid as well. I was going to actually text you and let you know, but since you're here, there you go. A bit of good news for everyone. So let Uncle B know as well.
Oh, the Irish Foxes could be your esports team name.
The Irish Foxes. I'm liking that. Yeah. Sweet. Let's get out of here, guys. John Fogarty, where can the good folks find you?
The good folks can find me over for content. They can find me over on YouTube and on Twitch. That's TOOOLD for gaming, all one word. And for my socials, they can find me on Facebook and Twitter. But honestly, I've been spending most of my time on TikTok because I actually really like that platform. It seems to be a lot of fun, and I've been posting a few bits there. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Nice. Pat, where can the good folks find you?
Well, if you're looking for me, you can find me on YouTube here in the Republic of Players, doing reviews and things. You can also find me on my own YouTube channel where I'm doing comic dubs at the moment. It's simply Pat Kearley. And I can't remember my Twitter name, but I am there if you want to go looking for me.
Pat Gone Mad.
Pat Gone Mad.
Yeah, Pat Gone Mad R.
There you go.
We all know Pat Gone Mad R.
There you go. Aidan, where can the good folks find you?
Location wise, I'm in Donegal. Internet wise, just follow me on Twitter.
What's your IP address?
AODHAIN616.
Remember that old name you had?
Yeah, I do. it's still my
haunts
name
you.
on Destiny. Oh yeah, crossplay has been enabled for Destiny. If anyone wants to play Destiny with me, give me a shout.
I might download that. I think I got do you remember? I remember it was on PlayStation Plus around the Forbidden something or other. And I might download that if it's not too big in gigabytes, because I don't that would just take years if it's how big is it?
60.
Oh Jesus, that's a lot.
Destiny's actually a game that they were at 110 and they redid their whole engine and brought everything down size wise.
Is it free or?
If you got it on PlayStation Plus,
up to Forsaken is free.
I think we should we need to find something where we can all jump on. I think that's the perfect
Gang Beasts.
Jump on and have it. Yeah, but Gang Beasts is carnage. At least Destiny you can go on and have a chat and normal conversation. Gang Beasts is like, I'll kill you if I see you in real life. Guys, it's been a hell of a lot of fun. It's good to be back. It's been a while. Yeah, it has been.
I enjoyed that thoroughly.
Yeah, no, it's been good. I think Paddy was right with the free flowing content. Let's just let it flow, and whatever comes. It was good. It was it was interesting. No dirty thoughts now after that. So let's call it a night, and everyone that jumped in. Richie, Phoenix. Oh yeah, you can find me just over on Twitch. I'm going to start back streaming again. Work is coming to a little bit of a chill out phase for the next couple of months, so I'm going to be over there streaming some sim racing as always. But I do want to start looking at other games, maybe games with the lads, and we can jump on and play some stuff together. Destiny, I'll probably end up installing that now. But yeah, let's call it a night, guys. Thanks a million, everyone that joined us. We're going to be here next week, same time, same place, and hopefully Paddy will be here as well. So, thanks a million, guys. See you later.